Now, right. The bride then says to me, "Did you tell my son that he can't play around you?" Before I can get a word out, she interrupts me and says, "This is my wedding. He is my son. He can play when he wants, where he wants. And you've made him cry on my wedding day?" I tell her, "I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset him. I was just saying that we don't want him to get hurt. The drop kid can be quite dangerous. He can trip over some." She then interrupts me again and says, "He's perfectly capable of looking after himself. This is my wedding." I tell her, "You're right. We just don't want him to end up being injured. So would you mind keeping him away from us while we're playing?" At that, the bride says nothing. She glares at me and walks away with her kid. Alright, so I feel at this point that I've done enough to warn her about the dangers of letting her kids near the equipment. Now I realize that I'm really dragging this out now, so here's the kicker. About 2 hours later, the kid's still hovering around the stage and annoying me, and I've been forced to guide him away from several dangerous positions. The kid is running around the dance floor. The dance floor is not really far away from the band, and the kid is running like crazy. He then slips, puts his hand out, and he slices his finger on a cymbal. Now there's blood all on the dance floor, which I didn't notice until my guitar player stopped playing with a horrified expression. The kid's screaming. The bride is nowhere to be seen, so I stop the song, take my bass off, and have a look. The kid's index finger is like split open. You can see the bone. So a guest finally comes out, while another one runs to get the bride, and I'm freaking out. I'm telling my drummer to phone an ambulance. Now I know it sounds absolutely stupid, but I was genuinely panicking thinking, oh my goodness, this kid might die or something. I can laugh about it now, but at the time, I was freaking out. The bride then comes in, announces her presence with an ear-splitting shriek. She then picks up the kid, and instead of carrying him somewhere else, she stands there and screams at me, "This is your fault. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to my boy on my wedding day." The hotel doctor comes down. An ambulance comes to take the kid to the hospital shortly after. Bride and groom leave with the kid. The rest of the night was ruined. Everybody who was drunk was told to stumble home, and it wasn't even 11 p.m. yet. Needless to say, we packed up our stuff and we left. Now, we obviously didn't get paid, but the bride left us a review, which was genuinely full of so many expletives that I could barely read it. Basically, she tried to imply that I was being horrible and picking on her kid all night. So the moral of the story is, if you're gonna bring kids to a wedding, make sure that you can either A, control them, B, get someone else to live. Thankfully, nothing like that has happened since. But the amount of parents who let their kids do whatever the heck they want at weddings amazes me. I feel like that woman ruined her own wedding. And that's what mega entitlement will get you. Like, just have a family member watch your kid, right? Like, now everyone's gonna remember that wedding day, not by how amazing the bride and groom looked or how beautiful everything was, but how her son sliced his finger open on a cymbal and had to go to the hospital to get stitches. I'm a 17-year-old female, and I have an online shop that I've been running for about 2 years now. It sells mostly stickers with custom art, as well as other small items. I put a lot of work into